This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone. Hi guys. Good morning and good evening. I see still
Hi,
folks
good
are
morning.
joining in.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, yeah. Good morning, guys. I hope everyone doing good. Guys, before starting the session, I mean today's just demo session. I just wanted to confirm on my voice. Is my voice clear?
Yeah, it's okay.
Can someone please confirm?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's okay.
it is.
Okay. Yep, thank you. And I hope you're able to see my screen, which is saying Selenium test automation. Yeah. Okay, then guys, before start the session, I just wanted to request you all guys. So please mute yourself whenever you have any questions related to ongoing demo, or if you have already have some questions. So anyway, I will be allowing 5 to 10 minutes at the end of the session so that we can discuss all your questions. And during the session, if you have any questions, please post your questions on chat box. Okay, we have a chat box. You can just type in whatever questions you have. So those will also be addressed at the end of the session. So this is just a request. It's just to run the session without any disturbances for others also, like, right? And also, whoever facing any audio issues or video issues, suppose you are not able to see the screen or you are unable to hear something, so generally sometimes this go to meeting gives some issues. So during that time, please just rejoin. Okay, just leave the session and again just join so that everything will be all right. Okay, sometimes it happens, it's not like always, sometimes it happens. So please make sure if you face any audio issues, just leave and join back. That will be okay. Next thing, yeah, so that's all. That's some basic instructions I want to provide before start the session. Okay, yeah, so let's go to our session and start it. Yeah, just a moment guys. Yeah, okay. So today's session or demo is all about Selenium test automation or test automation using a Selenium tool which is available in the market. Okay, let's go step by step. Okay, so before just introduce myself. So this is Ajay Karthik. I have total 12 plus years of experience in software testing industry mostly, and currently I'm working as a technical test specialist for one of the MNCs. And from past 10 and half years, I have been working mostly into automation projects, so that too with Selenium. Okay, Selenium with Java. So and I also have some hands-on experience on other tools like HP UFT. Eggplant is also from one of the image-based automation tool from Testplant. Okay, and Auto IT, some other integrations also. I have some idea about those tools. Okay, and I have been training people from almost 2 to 3 years, and and I have completed almost 20 plus batches. I trained them and then assisting them if they need any help. Okay, so all this was happening from past 2 to 3.5 years. Okay, and so that's all. Just brief about myself, guys. Then let's get into the actual session mode. Okay, yeah, so let's see, let's discuss about automation. So I'm going to start from very basic, guys. It's not like directly I'm jumping onto Selenium test automation or Selenium. Okay, let's try to understand what is an automation first, and what are different types of automations we have, and then what are different tools available, and out of which Selenium, and let's see what is Selenium and all. Okay, so before that, let's see, guys. Nowadays, if you see in a software, even not even software testing industry, in the entire IT industry, everyone is talking about automation, right? So automation has become like one of the buzzword. So even most of the clients are product owners or the stakeholders are investing more on automation. So because of their, because of that gives a lot of benefits. Okay, so because of this, automation has become one of the most popular aspect in that software industry or IT industry. Everyone or any company or all clients are looking for automation in their projects or products. Okay, so that's where this become like one of the buzzwords. Let's try to understand what is automation first. Okay, then I will go into the other details. So automation is nothing but it's a technique of making a mission or a process or a functionality of a application to work on its own. Okay, to work on its own with a little manual intervention, guys. So let me put it in very simple words. Okay, so it's a simple technique in the sense that technique we are going to build it. Okay, it's a technique or it's a script or it's a code or something. It's basic thing which we are going to build. So that what it will take, it will make a mission or a process or a functionality of application. Okay, application functionality to work on its own. Okay, with a little manual intervention. Why I'm mentioning here little manual intervention is nothing but once we have built already one automation script or automation, then we have to run it. Okay, so to run it we have to either we can go manually and then run it, and there will be some scheduled things also. You can schedule your automation run, something like so. That's where there will be a little manual intervention while triggering or while running your test cases or automation part. Okay, so automation is nothing but a simple technique where it will make a mission, a normal mission or a process. There is a process or functionality of application to work on its own or to work automatically with a little manual intervention. Okay, so this is all about a simple automation. Now let's see what are all different types of automations available in the market. Okay, so broadly we divide automation into two types. One is a traditional or test automation or functional automation. Other one is a process automation. Okay, let's see what is a test automation or traditional automation and other thing. So traditional or test automation is a thing, but here where we are going to use one automation tool and we are going to automate the functional flow of a software. Okay, so we are going to, moreover we are going to automate the functionality of an application. Okay, functional flow of application, and then we will validate the business functionality during that automation, right? What we do, we will validate the business functionality. Nothing but, suppose let's take a simple example here. So I have one e-commerce website. E-commerce website is nothing but online shopping website, like we have Amazon, Flipkart or eBay, something, right? So these online web applications are online shopping web applications. Suppose I am going to automate that application. That is nothing but I am going to automate one functional flow, that is nothing but placing an order. Okay, I am going to purchase something, I am going to place an order. So what I do, generally I launch my application, that amazon.in or amazon.com, and then search for particular item which I am going to purchase, and I am going to add that item to the shopping cart and add address details and payment details, and finally I will check out that order. I will click on place order button, which will place the order, and it will give us order confirmation or order number, right? So that is one functional flow. So under traditional or test automation, what we are going to do, right, we are automating this functional flow, and during this automation we are going to validate something. Like suppose as soon as I add an item to the shopping cart, I am going to validate whether it is really added to the shopping cart, and other things also I am going to validate, like cost of price of that particular item. Okay, or how many quantity I have added, all those things I validate it. And finally after placing an order, I will validate whether order number gets generated or not. Okay, so that's where during functional flow automation what we do, right, we automate the functional flow and also we will validate the business functionality. Okay, so this comes under traditional or functional or test automation. Okay, and there are to automate a functional flow of the application in the market, there are multiple tools available, guys, and number of tools available, like HP, UFT, Selenium, RFT, Test Complete, Eggplant, Jasmine Protector, All these are Cypress, okay, and coded UI and Tosca, okay. So all these are, there are n number of tools available. So all these come under traditional or test automation. So our Selenium also will come under functional test automation tool, okay, traditional automation tool. Now let's discuss what is process automation, other type of automation we have in the market. So under process automation, what we do, right? We moreover automate the business process of the applications. Okay. Here we are not going to focus on the validation part more, but we are going to focus on the business process. Okay. That is nothing but we are going to automate the business process. That is nothing but, suppose there is one process, generally one person, suppose let's take one person who daily perform a set of actions repeatedly. Okay, daily he is going to do it. Something like, suppose there is one application, so overnight, do using some bad job, so some reports will get generated. Okay, so next day, so that person will come to the office, he will open that particular mission and then go to that particular place where reports got generated. He copy the reports from that application to the other folder, and he will zip or zip that particular reports, and then he will attach to the mail and send it to the stakeholders or to the entire team. So that's what he is doing every day. Okay, same actions he is doing. That is a process. Okay, so under this business process, so there are multiple missions involved mostly, right? Like the badge job and the application and the folder, he is moving files, he is moving from one folder to another folder, and he is zipping that folders, and he is finally using email to send that. So there are multiple systems or multiple applications involved. So here where we are going to use process automation and will automate that entire process. Okay, we're starting from going to the batch job and capturing the reports, and then moving to the one folder and attaching them to the email and send it. Okay, during that time, even zipping and then attaching and then uh, sending across, right? So this entire process we are going to automate, but here in this process we will focus very less on validation part. Okay, very less. So because we are not checking the functional flow, or we are not checking the functionality of those things, we are trying to automate the process where it will help that guy to speed up these things, and then he can move on the other work, right? So that's where, if you see under process automation, there are other set of tools available in the market, like we call it as RPA tools, guys, robotic process automation tool. So where we have some examples like automation anywhere, blue prism, UI path, and worksoft. Okay, assistage, like these uh, there are multiple tools also available for this process automation or robotic process automation. Okay, so this is all about different types of automation we have, but our Selenium, whatever we are going to learn, right? Selenium test automation or Selenium tool, which will come under functional test automation tool. Okay. Yeah. Next thing, let's discuss about what is test automation. So till now we discussed about an automation at a broader level. That means, see, automation can be done anywhere, guys. It's not only in software testing. Okay. You can implement automation during or in development phase as well, right? So even developers, they can implement automation for their automate to their daily work or repeated work. Okay, so that's where automation is a global word, which is not applicable only for testing or software testing, guys. Okay, so it can implement, or it can adopt, it can be adopt anywhere, during development phase or during maintenance phase or during software design phase, or anywhere you can adopt and implement that. But when it comes to software testing industry or software testing wing, so we have one thing called test automation. So that we call it as test automation. So let's see what is a test automation and why we need test automation, though we have manual testing in place already. Okay, let's discuss. So test automation is nothing but with, there we are going to use a particular tool, automation tool, which is available in the market, and we are going to automate the test cases or functional flows or functional test cases, and and we are going to execute or run them, and finally we are going to validate the expected results against actual results. Okay, expected results are nothing but which we are going to set something like, if I click on a button, this message should be displayed. That is an expected result. So during automation, so after clicking on button, some result or some text going to come there. So that is called actual result. So finally we are going to compare those expected versus actual, and then we will try to make sure the test case pass or fail. So this is what we do under test automation. So generally during our manual testing, what we do, we will also test the application flow or functional flow, and we will check the expected results against actual results, and then we'll make our test cases pass or fail, and then we'll say our application is working fine, right? So that's where the same thing we are going to do by using an automation tool which is available in the market, right? So using one automation tool, we are going to automate the test cases, and then we are going to run them or execute them, and finally our goal is to compare the expected results against actual results and make sure our application working fine or not. That is what we are going to do under test automation. Let's see why we need test automation, because if you see guys, we same thing we can do through manual also, right? So I can sit in front of the machine, and I can validate, I mean I can run the flow, run in the sense, I open a browser, I will go to that particular site and then click on a button and validate. That also can be done by using manual. Though we have a manual testing in place, why we need automation testing? Okay, let's discuss one by one. There are factors which made automation testing very popular. One is, it saves a lot of time and cost, guys. Suppose you have huge number of test cases for your application, some 500 or 700 test cases are there. Suppose you already automated those, you have automation in place in your project, then to run those 500 or 700 test cases, it will take very less time, so that you can save a lot of time. Otherwise, if there is no automation, so two or three manual resources sit in front of the machine, and they have to validate those 700 test cases something. It will take 2 to 3 days. But if you have automation in place, it it will run in hours, guys. You can execute them in 2 to 3 hours, and then you can save a lot of time and a lot of cost as well. That means cost in the sense, so if you have automation, you can reduce the resources, so manual team is not required. Any one, I mean, out of 3 persons, you can keep only one person and then go and run it. Okay, so that's where it saves a lot of time and lot of cost. And one more important thing is like, it is faster than the manual execution. See, manual thing, they have to manually open the mission, open the application, and then click on buttons, all these things, right? If you have automation in place, our automation scripts will run very faster, and we have something called parallel execution in our automation, so that at a time you can run 5 test cases in parallel. That is also possible in automation testing, so that it is faster than the manual testing. And then it has a wider coverage of application features. If you have automation in place, you can test all the features of your applications which are possible, and you can cover all the application features, guys. That is one advantage of having automation. And in results wise, it is very reliable, guys. So once you run automation test cases, right, it will generate results. If you see the results, it will give the proper validations, and it also, we have an option to take a screenshot as well in the automation. Okay, you can take a screenshot wherever your test case failed using automation, so that after execution is done, then you can go and check the failures where it is failed, and by seeing the screenshots also, you will be able to know it. Okay, that's where results will be very reliable. And then human intervention is not at all required during the execution, guys. Okay, during your automation execution, you don't need to uh, sit in front of the machine and then watch it. Okay, so you just trigger it and then leave that mission, and you can go and work on other things. That's where during the test automation execution, human intervention not at all required. It will take care of running, and finally it will take care of sending the report to the concerned people. Okay, and efficiency will be increased. I mean, your application will be tested very efficiently, so if you have automation in place. And reusable test scripts, this is very important, guys. So you can reuse the existing test scripts to automate your test cases. Suppose you have suppose 500 test cases. Out of all 500 test cases, what is happening? The first step itself is like you have to log into your application. Suppose you have automated login script, that is nothing but login page. Then same script you can use across, or you can reuse across all your 500 test cases. You don't need to rewrite it. That's where reusable test script is possible. And you can run any number of times, guys, like test frequency. You can run n number of times, more cycles can be executed. That is nothing but, so in a day, if at all you want to run the test cases, you can run 3 or 4 times of a day, as many as you can. But in a manual testing, if at all you want to run 500 test cases itself, it is going to take 3 to 4 days, right? But if you have automation in place, you can run multiple times. And finally, if you see the in the current trend, market trend, like agile and DevOps methodologies, if you follow the automation in that particular methodologies, so you can release your applications to the market early as possible as, okay, right? So that's where in agile and DevOps methodologies, automation has is playing very vital role there, which because of that our product owners are releasing their products to the market early. Okay, so because of all these factors, automation testing has become one of the popular aspect in our test automation, right? That's where nowadays automation has become one of the most popular, right? That's where because of these benefits are these things. Okay, so next, moving to the next thing, let's get into our tool. Okay, what is our tool? Like Selenium. Let's see what is Selenium and what are different components it has, and all those things we'll discuss one by one. Let's see what is Selenium. So when it comes to Selenium automation tool, this is also one of the tools available in the market like others, guys. There are multiple tools available in the market. Out of those, Selenium is one of the popular and powerful tool in the market for web application automation. Let's see what is Selenium. Okay, Selenium is not a single tool, guys. First thing is it's not a single tool. It has 4 different components. That's where Selenium is a suite of softwares which is designed basically to automate web application interaction. To automate web application interactions, I am pressing here web application interaction, so that whatever scripts we generate or we write it, right, using Selenium, those scripts can perform the same interactions how the real user performs. Okay, so whatever scripts we write using Selenium tool, so those will be performed, those will be executed. While executing, if you see how the real user performs or interacts with the application in the same manner, using Selenium also we can perform the actions. That is nothing but, if you see a real user clicking on a button and navigating to the page and validate something, so same way Selenium script also can click on a button, it can navigate to the next page and it can validate something. That's where, so this Selenium automation tool is mainly designed to automate the web application interactions. So I mentioned why web application interactions only, because Selenium can automate only web applications. It cannot automate Windows based applications or some legacy based applications, very old applications. But if you see nowadays in the market, in the IT industry, 99% of the applications are web applications, because though they have a Windows based applications, the product owners are ready to release their applications as a web version applications, because as the internet spread over the world, right, internet is there anywhere. So if you have a web application, then anyone can access from anywhere. So that's where 99% of the applications in the market are the web applications. Web application is nothing but the application which we open through browser using internet. So that is what web application, the application which we opens through open through a browser, web browser, using internet. That is nothing but a web application. Okay, so Selenium can talk to only web applications, it cannot talk to Windows based application. But it's a limitation, but it's not a hard stop. Okay, because there are applications which are available in the market, most of them are web applications only. Okay, so that's what I mentioned, right? Selenium just aims to mimic the behavior of the real user by interacting with the elements of the web application. Elements are nothing but here the buttons are checkboxes or radio buttons or the text boxes, guys. So how the real user perform the actions like clicking on a button, entering some text into text box, selecting checkboxes, selecting drop down, right? How the real user interacts, same way Selenium also can interact with the elements and it will automate it. Okay, so as I mentioned, Selenium is not a single tool, right? It has four different components, guys. Selenium RC, Selenium IDE, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid. So out of four, Selenium WebDriver is most popular and powerful. Using that, we are going to automate the web applications. Okay, so let me give brief introduction about all these four. Selenium RC is the first version of Selenium which was released. That is nothing but Selenium 1.0. Okay, and now this Selenium RC is no more. So they deprecated it. They merged the features of Selenium RC into WebDriver in the version of Selenium 2.0. Now Selenium RC is no more. I mean, it's not there. So it's deprecated and its features have been merged to Selenium WebDriver. The next tool is Selenium IDE. It's a simple add-on to the browser, which will allow us to record our actions and also play it back. Okay, you can record your actions using this tool, and then it will generate some script. You can again play that script again, and it will rerun your actions whichever you recorded. Okay, that is what Selenium IDE. It's a simple browser add-on. So you can download or you can add that add-on to extension to your browser like Firefox or Chrome, and you can do those actions. And the third one is Selenium WebDriver. This is one of the most object-oriented tool, and also it is the most powerful or popular tool among all these four components. Okay, Selenium WebDriver, which is basically which by using this we are going to automate our web application interactions. And Selenium Grid is another tool available in the Selenium, which is basically for distribution automation testing. Okay, so suppose you have huge number of test cases, you can run them in a multiple virtual missions, so that it will divide the test cases into those many uh, how many missions we have, and it will run those test cases in parallel in virtual missions. For that we have a Selenium Grid, guys. Okay, and as I mentioned, right, Selenium is not a single tool. It is a set of four different components, and each tool is developed or designed to meet the different needs of an organization. Okay, and Selenium has the following four components, like as I mentioned, right, Selenium RC, IDE, WebDriver, and Selenium Grid. Okay, don't worry about one by one. Anyway, during our course, okay, so I'm going to teach you each one of them in detail. Okay, and out of this Selenium WebDriver is most popular, so by using this only we are going to automate the web applications. Okay, so don't worry, we will be dealing with each one of them in detail. Let's see why Selenium. Okay, so Selenium is one of the software automation tools, right? So there are lot of tools available in the market, then why we need to choose Selenium only? Okay, so why should I learn Selenium only? There are multiple tools available in the market. Okay, let's see. So I just listed out some of the reasons which made Selenium as most popular or powerful tool in the web world when it compares to all other tools. Okay, let's see one by one. See, Selenium tool is a open source tool, guys. Open source is nothing but source code is open to all. You can download the source code of Selenium tool and you can directly use it. Okay, you don't need to purchase any license, or you don't need to create any uh, what do you mean, like it's not a proprietary tool. Basically you don't need to purchase any license or keys something to use your Selenium. It's a open source. You can directly go to the Google and go to the Selenium official website and download the libraries, and then you can start your automation journey directly. You don't need to purchase any license. Okay, that is one of the most popular thing which made Selenium as powerful. It's a open source. That's where even all product owners or project managers, they prefer to use Selenium because there is no cost involved for a tool. Tool cost will be zero. Only thing is you need to hire the resources and then try to automate them. A tool cost is zero here. Next one is it supports multiple browsers, guys. If you use Selenium, you can automate applications, or you can execute your test cases in most popular browsers available in the market, like Google Chrome, IE, nothing but Internet Explorer, or Microsoft Edge, or Mozilla Firefox, Opera, and iOS like Mac Safari. Okay, iOS Safari or Mac Safari. In all these popular browsers, you can automate your test cases. It supports multiple browsers. It's not limited to one browser or something, and it supports multiple programming language implementations. Okay, so to automate applications, guys, so Selenium with some programming language is must. Okay, so it's not limited to one programming language. Selenium supports almost 5 to 7 programming languages, like Java, C Sharp is nothing but .NET, and Python, PHP, Ruby, or Node.js, all these. Okay, it's supported by all these languages, so that if you are good at any one of these, like if you are good at Python or Java, then you can go and learn Selenium with Python or Java, and you can start your automation journey. Okay, that's where it's not limited to only one language. You have to learn only Java to automate Selenium. I mean, automate applications. If you are good at C Sharp, you can go and learn Selenium with C Sharp and then start your automation. Okay. And next thing is like it supports multiple operating systems. That is nothing but you can automate your applications using Windows based operating system, and you can same automation scripts can be executed over Linux or Unix, or even you can automate in a iOS versions like Apple Mac iOS versions. Okay. Next thing is it supports multiple frameworks. There are multiple frameworks available in the market. So it's not like automation framework. There are like TestNG, JUnit, or Maven, or all these integrations can be supported by Selenium. You can easily integrate Selenium with those them and get the benefits. And as I mentioned, it's a open source, right? So that means we won't be having any team which will support us whenever you stuck somewhere, because it's a open source. But if it is a licensed tool, generally there will be a support team. Wherever you stuck, you can reach out to them and then they will provide support. But as it is a open source, there won't be any particular team to support us. But it has a larger user base and helping communities over the globe. That is nothing but you can, if you stuck somewhere, if you just post your question in the Google, you will get lot of responses. Okay, because there are a lot of blogs or websites or the user communities are working on Selenium. If you post your questions, you will get lot of responses, you will get lot of knowledge basically. Okay, so you don't need to worry like if you stuck somewhere, no one will be helping. But there are a lot of things, lot of user blogs or user communities are there to help out us. Next and final thing is it is very simple to learn and it is easy to adopt. Okay, so very easy to learn, guys, because Selenium itself, the library itself, is a simple library. Maximum of some 20 to 30 classes, predefined classes are there. If you learn about those, then you are going to automate your application using Selenium, and it is very easy to adopt also, right? So because of all these factors, so Selenium has become one of the most popular tool in the market for web application automation. Though there are multiple tools in the available, so this Selenium is the one of the top picks. Okay. Next thing, let's see. I'm going to show you one example, guys, and I'm going to automate it and then run and show you. Okay, using Selenium. But don't worry about what is the script I am going to write it. I already written. I'm going to run it and show you. Okay. So for that, I'm going to take one simple website called wikipedia.org. It's a basic website. So and I'm going to automate that. This is my use case actually. Okay. So this is use case. What I'm going to do, I'm going to launch my application browser first, and in that I'm going to open my wikipedia.org, and that I'm going to, there are such key, and let me show you that quickly. So what I'm going to write, I'm going to open a browser and I'm going to open my application like wikipedia.org. See, it has something, a text box and a drop down, nothing but select drop down, and a button or icon. Okay, so what I am going to write, as soon as I launch my application, I'm going to search with something like India, and I'm going to select the language called English, and I'm going to click on search icon. So as soon as I click on search icon, it is taking some time to navigate to the next page where it is displaying some details about India. Okay, some content about India. So what I'm doing, I'm coming here and then I'm validating whether this header has India or not. Okay, so that is my test case. This is my validation. So I'm whatever search keyword I have entered in the previous page, whether that has been displayed or not here. And after validation, I am going to close my browser. So this is my simple simple use case where I am going to automate. Okay, so to automate these things, I have defined 7 basic steps, guys. So to automate any test case using Selenium, if you follow these 7 basic steps, you can automate any kind of test case, whether it is a simple or medium or complex test case. You can automate. First thing is, so you have to initiate the WebDriver. So WebDriver is an interface available in the Selenium. Don't worry about what is interface, what is WebDriver and all. We will be discussing with very detailed. Okay, so initiating the WebDriver first part, that is nothing but launching browser, and navigating to the web page is nothing but launching your application, and locating web elements, that is nothing but whatever web elements you are going to interact, like text boxes or buttons or something. First we need to locate those web elements, then perform the actions on the web elements, like entering some text into text box, clicking on a button, all this. Then once click on a button, suppose it is taking some time to load the page, or it's taking some time to the navigate to the next page, then we are going to anticipate for that particular browser response. And finally we will do validations and run the tests, and we will conclude the test or nothing but closing the browser. If you follow these 7 basic steps, you can automate any test case using Selenium, guys. Okay, so just let me show you my script. So this is my automation script, guys. Don't worry about what is this code. Okay, what is system property, what is WebDriver, what is Chrome driver, what is maximize, what is driver, what is main, what is class. So don't worry, if you are coming from a non-technical background, don't worry about all this. Okay, I'm using Java here, Selenium with Java, to automate that simple use case. Okay, so I have automated. See, told you, right, 7 basic steps. First step, I'm initiating WebDriver here. So these 3 lines of code for initiating WebDriver, nothing but launching a browser. So this step is for launching my application into browser. And these 3 steps were locating my web elements like search box, language dropdown, search icon. And these 3 or 4 steps were performing the actions, entering India into search box, selecting English language, and clicking on a search icon. Okay, and then these 2 lines are for waiting for the next page to be loaded. Okay, it is navigating to the next page, right? That is nothing but anticipating browser response. And these steps for basically validating. After navigating that page, I am reading the text, which is header text, which is there in the page, and I'm comparing with India expected results, the actual result against expected result. If it is pass, I am printing some message. If it is fail, I'm printing some other message. And finally, I'm concluding the test by closing my browser. Okay, so this is the code or script to automate this particular simple flow. Okay, now I am going to run it, and if you see, as soon as I run, it will open a browser and it will do the actions one by one. Before that, I am closing my existing Chrome browser. See, I don't have any Chrome browser open now. Now let's see, I'm just started running, run as Java application. If you see, it is going to open a blank browser first. See, it started Chrome drive, blank browser, maximized, entering wikipedia.org, and entering India English, clicked on search icon and navigating to the next page. See here where it is taking some time, and it is loading the page here, and it will read the India text and it will compare and it will close it. See, done. See, I read the header text as India, and I compared with my test case has been passed. So this is how Selenium works, guys. If you see how quickly it has run that scenario, let me run it again. Okay, let me run it again and show you. See, I'm running my script. I'm not doing anything. It is going to open a first blank browser and then maximize it and entering wikipedia.org and entering India English and clicked on search icon, and it is navigating to the page where the India details are there, and it is loading the page, it is reading, and it will close the browser. That's it. Okay, so this is how guys we can automate any flow. This is a simple flow to automate, but in a real time, so we will be having a complex test cases which is having 20 to 25 steps. Okay, so where you have to automate creating an order or placing an order flow and all those things. So similar way you can automate all those things. Okay, so don't worry about what is web element, what is web driver, what is chrome driver and all. So in our course we are going to discuss line by line. So by the end of the course, by the uh, end of the course, you will also be able to write the script like this. Okay, so don't worry about that. So next, move to quickly to other things, guys. Whatever I have today. See, as I mentioned, Selenium supports multiple frameworks, guys. Selenium is can be integrated with JUnit or NUnit or TestNG or Apache, and is a build tool. Apache PO is basically for automate Excel files. Okay, Microsoft Excel files. Cucumber is one of the BDD approach framework, and Apache Maven is one of the build tools available. Jenkins is CI/CD tool, and Auto8 is one of the third-party tools. And integrated development environments are Eclipse, like Eclipse or IntelliJ IDEA. So Selenium can easily integrate with all these third-party tools or frameworks, guys. And also, if you see, all of them which are I mentioned here are open source tools. Okay, so to use all these also you don't need to purchase any license. These are all open source tools. Okay, so next thing is Selenium. What are all levels of testing we can do using Selenium? Okay, so as I mentioned, Selenium moreover is a functional test automation tool. You can perform core functionality testing or functional testing, and you can perform even GUI testing, graphical user interface or UI testing you can do, and you can do database testing as well, guys. If you use Selenium with JDBC, then that is about Java database connectivity. You can validate your databases, and usability or UAT testing can be done. There will be some test cases for UAT. Those also can be automated. Regression testing can be automated. Sanity or smoke testing can be done. Cross browser testing can be done because Selenium is compatible with all four browsers. And end-to-end testing can be done. And little business process testing can be done. Okay, so these are different types of testings can be performed or can be automated by using Selenium. Okay, so let's see, our course is with Selenium with Java, guys. Then let's see why Selenium with Java is more popular than Selenium with other programming languages. Okay, so let's discuss about those things quickly, and then I will show you some popular surveys on Selenium, and then we'll end our course. Okay, let's see. See why Selenium with Java has become one of the popular combination, right? So if you use Selenium with Java, there will be very good support in the internet, guys. Internet in the sense, suppose you stuck somewhere, if you post your question on Google, you will get lot of responses. When you use Selenium with Java, when it compared to Selenium, if you use Selenium with C Sharp or Selenium with Python, compared to Selenium with Java, there will be less responses. But Selenium with Java, huge responses will be there because most of the persons or most of the Selenium experts prefer to use Selenium with Java because Java is one of the most popular programming language, and it's a platform independent programming language. That means you can run your Java programs even in Windows or Linux or Unix or Apple iOS machines. Okay, so because of these factors, Selenium with Java became one of the hot selections. Okay, and other advantages of learning Java with Selenium with core Java is like Selenium WebDriver itself, it written in a Java programming language, and hence working with Selenium with Java is very easy, and you will learn the tool also. Okay, and as I mentioned, right, 80% of the Selenium experts prefer to use Selenium with Java because of Java advantages and all. Okay, so that if you search something in the Google also, you'll get responses easily. And moreover, learning one programming will always help us in the career, guys, so that this course, it's not just Selenium. I am going to teach you Java as well, but not the whole Java, just a core Java concepts which are required for Selenium. Okay, so because of all these advantages, Selenium with Java has become one of the popular choices, guys. Okay, so that you can get the more responses, you will get more help from the web, like internet. Then see, generally from who are coming from the non-technical background or who are coming from the non-IT background, they think like coding is very difficult or complex part, right? So generally, even even a non-technical person also, they think like Java is a very complex language and it's very difficult to learn, or even any programming language is difficult to learn, something like they feel it. Okay, let's see how much Java is required for our Selenium test automation. Okay, you don't need to learn the entire Java, guys, because Java is not a simple thing. Java is a huge, it's like an ocean. Okay, there are a lot of things in Java, like core Java. In advanced Java, we have something like JSP, struts, Spring Boot, and lot of other things are there. You don't need to worry about all the other things. We just need only the core concepts of Java. That is nothing but core Java. If we are good at core Java concepts, then we will be able to automate Selenium using or with Java. Okay. See, I also listed out what are all the features or what are all the concepts which required for our Selenium test automation. One thing is object-oriented concepts are required, like what is class, what is object, how to create an object, how to create a method, how to create a constructor, all these things, and also other object-oriented concepts like encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance, and basic control statements like if condition, how to write a if condition, if else conditions, and switch case statements, how to write a looping statements like while, do while, or for each loop, and arrays concepts are list concepts. Okay, and threads are multi-threading concepts are required. Exception handling is more important, and collections framework is very important for our Selenium test automation. And moreover, finally, handling files, IO operations, like how to read the text from particular file, how to write a text back to the file, all this. If you are good at these concepts, then enough, guys. We can learn Selenium with Java, and also you can automate any web application. So these concepts are enough, and also I'm going to, as part of my course curriculum. Okay, so I'm going to teach you all these concepts of Java, core Java concepts. I will be teaching in a very realistic or real-time manner, and also while teaching these concepts, I will be comparing with Selenium also. I mean, I will be correlating these concepts with Selenium wherever we are going to use as part of Selenium test automation. Okay, so this is all about how much Java is required. Okay, entire Java is not required for us, but just some concepts of Java, that is nothing but core concepts of Java are enough. Okay, and finally database concepts also required, JDBC. I will teach you those also whenever you want to do or perform some database testing or database automation. So next thing, yeah, one thing I want to show you guys, just a moment. So to learn any automation tool, okay, not only Selenium, guys, if at all you want to start your automation journey, I just listed out some basic 7 steps to be followed. If you follow these 7 basic steps, you can learn any automation tool basically. Okay, it's not just Selenium. You can learn any automation tool if you follow these 7 basic steps. Those steps are like, first step. So generally, any automation tool, it supports one programming language, right? One or multiple programming language. First, learn that programming language, which is a prerequisite to, right? Learn that programming language, and the two basics are core concepts of those programming language. Then, in the second step, start learning the basic features of your automation tool. That is nothing but, suppose you are learning Selenium, what you do, just start learning how to launch a browser, how to enter URL into browser, how to click on a button, how to enter some text into text box, how to navigate to different page, how to close it. All the basic features of the things you learn. Okay. Then after learning basic features, try to automate one flow. Okay, you take any web application, any web application like Amazon site or facebook.com or anything, you can take and automate one flow. So So damn sure first time whenever you automate and run your test case, 99% of the time it will fail, right? So 99% it will fail. So generally whenever your test case fail, don't stop there itself. Okay, so don't stop there itself. Search for the help in the Google, and then try to fix that issue which you get it. Make that try to make that test script pass. Okay, so search for the help. Suppose even Google, whatever help you got it, you are not able to implement or you're not able to fix, go and get help from your friends. Okay, and then try to fix it. So don't stop whenever your first script failed, guys. This is the step you just need to remember. So generally most of the people, what they do, right, they start learning something. Whenever it fails, it gives some exception or something, they stop there itself, and then they stop their learning, right? So don't stop whenever your first automation script fails. Go and get the help, and then either from internet or from friends or something, and struggle, and then make finally make that test case pass, that execution pass. Once your test case execution pass, then you can search for, you can explore the tool, you can learn the other features of the tool, and you can practice a lot, and then finally you can improve the work, and then you can automate whatever test case you want. So that's where, if you follow these 7 basic steps, you can learn any automation tool, guys. Okay, so remember, don't stop whenever your first test script fail. That's where, so then go for help and then get it, make it the test case pass. Okay, so that's all for regarding Selenium for today, guys. I'm going to show you some surveys or some job trends which are there in the market, current market. Okay, on Selenium. If you see, this is the latest survey done on Selenium job vacancies. Basically, if you see over the years from 2005 to 2022, so the job trends have been increased, guys. Like, see, either permanent jobs or contract jobs, if you see, the graph has been increased. That means there are lot of vacancies available for our Selenium test automation. Okay, so that's where there are more vacancies, there are more openings, or job trends are available. So don't worry, if you learn Selenium, you can easily get the job. And if I compare the Selenium tool against the other tools in the market, Selenium has occupied more percentage. So if you see, when I compare Selenium with UFT or coded UI or SOAP UI test complete, Selenium has occupied 50% of the market share, 52% of the market share. And when we compare with Selenium with UFT or QTP, Selenium is like 76% of the market share. Okay, and even if you see, here also there is another popular survey says Selenium has occupied 28% of the market share when you compare with the other automation tools or something. Okay, and there is another popular survey here about how many companies are using Selenium test automation tool. Okay, if you see, in the world, out of all the companies which we have, 54,273 companies are using Selenium, guys. Okay, this is one of the surveys done by Enlift company, and they came to know that there are 54,273 companies are using Selenium. Okay, which is nothing but 27.7 percentage of market share it has. Okay, and finally, what are all different job roles will be there if you go and learn Selenium or in the test software industry. Okay, so there will be something for automation, there will be automation engineer, this is at a junior role. Okay, automation engineer or automation tester, and senior quality engineer. And if you are into mobility or mobile testing, then like mobile testing lead, and Java Selenium automation engineer, and senior QA automation engineer, and a test analyst is another role. And finally, automation technical test lead or test lead something will be there, and SDETs will be there, like software development test engineers, SDET. Okay, SDETs will be. These are different roles, job roles we will be seeing in our industry for our automation, guys. Okay, and finally, who can learn this course, guys? Okay, who are the target audience for this Selenium test automation? So I just listed out some of the roles who can learn. One thing is software test engineers who are already in the software industry, but they are doing a manual testing. They are most eligible for this particular course. Yes, they can learn automation testing and then they can switch to their career to automation testing, because just manual testing doesn't help, guys. Okay, just manual testing doesn't help. Somehow you can, if you are already have a job or you are already in the job, somehow you can manage, right, with manual testing, but that too for few years. But going forward you have to learn any one automation tool, then only you can develop yourself in your career, right? So that's where manual test engineers, for them it is very important to learn test automation tool so that they can grow in their career technically, right? So that is one thing. And automation engineers who already have some automation knowledge on some other tools, they can learn Selenium. And QA leads, nothing but quality assurance leads, that is nothing but test leads can learn, test managers can learn, and moreover freshers can learn, guys. So freshers who are fresh out of college, so they can learn automation so that they can start their career with test automation, because there are multiple opportunities available in the market. Okay, and software developers, they can learn who are in the uh, development area. I mean software development area, they can learn automation, they can jump to the automation test engineers role. And also who have any IT background, they can learn, like they are into some other support projects or they are into some hardware industry or something, they can learn. And moreover, the other folks who are coming from the non IT background or non technical background, they can also learn, provided that they can do some homework or hard work, guys. Okay, so only thing is non-technical background guys or non-IT background, they were not into IT before. Okay, so they were in some teaching industry or they were in some other industry, so they can also start learning. But only thing is they have to do some more homework or hard work to uh, gain the knowledge, I mean to catch that speed of whatever we are going to get it, right? So that's where, but even non-technical non-IT background people also can learn these things. So next thing is, what are all benefits you get if you learn this course, guys? So whatever I'm going to teach you from Tuesday mostly or Monday, I'm not sure, but whatever course we are going to learn, right? So if you learn this course, these benefits you'll get. One thing is the concepts which I'm going to take up. Okay, I'm going to teach you all the concepts with a real time examples, guys. Okay, so I'm going to take a real time applications and then I'm going to automate them and show you during the concepts explanation. Okay, and finally all the source code files, whatever scripts we are going to generate during our course, right? All source code files will be shared with you. I mean, so I'm going to take a lot of examples during our course and then write a code and write a script and then execute, and that script files will be shared with you at the end of the course. And also every day classes will be recorded. So during, I mean, that video recorded sessions will be shared at the end of the day daily. Okay, by UOD, every day by UOD, end of the day, you will be receiving a video recorded session of that particular day. Okay, and moreover, just not the classes, guys. I'm just teaching the concepts and leaving, not leaving it. It's like I'm going to make sure you practice more, because learning things is, I mean, just watching the videos or learning won't help you, guys. Learning in the sense just attending the class, you have to practice yourself. So that's where I'm going to send some assignments weekly, basically. Whatever topics we have discussed in that week, I'm going to share some assignments so that you can do practice it, and then you can gain some knowledge, I mean you can gain some hands-on experience. So hands-on experience is very important than the theoretical knowledge, guys. Okay, you should have a hands-on experience so that you can gain more knowledge and you can even in interviews also you can through it. Okay. And Selenium materials will be shared, and sample resumes across different experience levels will be shared, and one sample dedicated automation framework will be created as part of our course and will be shared to you. And finally, some commonly asked questions about Selenium real-time questions and Java real-time questions will be shared to you at the end of the course. These are all the benefits you get if you join this course and if you learn Selenium with Java. Okay, so that's all about myself. I mean, for this today's session. So I'm going to show you what is the course duration and day-wise contents. Okay, let me show you. Uh, Yeah. So I divided entire course into 4 phases, guys. 4 different phases. In phase one, we are going to discuss about Selenium introduction concepts. Like 4 to 5 days, I'm going to teach you Selenium introduction. Then once the basic details or basic concepts about Selenium thing is done, then I will jump on to the core Java concepts in the second phase. Okay. So I'm going to teach you all these Java concepts for almost 7 to 10 days. Okay. 7 to 10 days, we are going to learn only Java concepts. Okay. Because Java is very much important for our Selenium. Then once Java concepts are done, I'm going to teach you about, again, I will jump into the Selenium core concepts where I am going to teach you Selenium WebDriver, which is moreover to automate different applications, different controls and all. Okay. This is again going to take some 10 to 12 days. Then finally, after core Java concepts, sorry, Selenium concepts are done, I'm jumping into other phase that is nothing but advanced Selenium concepts, where we are going to learn the concepts beyond the Selenium, like so test ng framework and how to automate Excel sheets, read and write from the Excel sheets. Okay, and how to send an email, how to automate email part, and what is Selenium grid. And I'm going to teach you about uh, Selenium, sorry, test automation framework, design and develop any test automation framework from scratch using page object model and all, and other integrations like build tools like Maven or Gradle, and code versioning tools like SVN or Git or Bitbucket. Okay, and CI/CD tool Jenkins I'm going to explain. And finally, I will be providing some Selenium tips and tricks, and then some interview questions about Selenium. Okay, so this is our course curriculum. So total 34 to 40 days maximum it will take, guys. Maximum 40 days consider. Okay, and also we are going to have the sessions only weekdays. Okay, like 5 days a week, and weekends will be off. But sometimes if at all required, I am going to take a class on Saturday, but not on Sunday. On Saturday I'm going to take, but based on the urgency or something. Okay, suppose if we are short of our this thing, I mean completing our things, then I might take classes on Saturdays, not on Sundays. Okay, so total 40 days I'm planning. Let's see. And yeah, so that's all from my side for today, guys, for this thing, Selenium kind of a demo or kind of a walkthrough. Then uh, I'm just leaving to you for your questions, guys. If you have any questions or concerns, either you can post on chat window or you can talk to me directly by unmuting yourself. Okay, let me check the chat box if any questions are there.
Hey Ajay, good morning. Thanks for your demo. I just want to know, I don't have any programming skills like Java or Python
Mhm.
background. So, am I eligible to take this course because I'm totally new to IT?
Yeah, sure. See, as I mentioned, right, who are the target audience for these things? Who are coming from the non-IT background? Okay,
Yep.
so they are not into IT. They don't know what is a software development life cycle also, how the
Yes.
software will be developed, and what are different phases will be there. Some people are from non-IT background. They are
Yeah,
not aware
basically
of
I'm
this.
from BPC background. I don't have IT
Got it.
knowledge.
Got it. So though you don't have any knowledge on IT, so you can learn this particular tool, and you can switch your career from non-IT to IT sector. So that only thing is, for who are coming from the non-technical or non-IT background, they have to stretch uh, uh, more,
Yeah, I
like
understand. You need to
stretching
do
more in the
more.
sense, yeah,
Yeah.
you have to do some hard work or homework before coming to this session. Like, see, just there are a lot of videos where will be available on YouTube or Google saying that what is software development life cycle, and when software testing will be coming in the picture in the entire life cycle. All those things you can just go through some videos, you will be okay. And during our course, anyway, Java and all, I am going to take care, don't worry. So the programming language, how to learn, and I will also explain the concepts from very root level. See, suppose even Java also very root level, starting from how to write a program, in the sense like how to create variables and all, very root level I will be taking care of it. So programming knowledge wise, you don't worry, but only thing is you have to prep yourself before coming to the session with some basic IT concepts, like what is software, what is a software development life cycle. Okay, so all these concepts you should be first learn it and gain some knowledge there. Then you will be eligible for this particular course.
Oh, thanks. Maybe you can just update the whatever the things that are required as a prerequisite for this course, right? Just update in the chat so that we just go through once.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hi, can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just wanted to ask two questions around the support available. So since we're starting this course with you, would there be any support available since we get stuck in a script or anything else, practicing ourselves, or after this course, will there be any sort of support available instead of just
Yeah,
typing the queries to the Google and asking for the support in open source, but will there be a support from your end?
yeah,
If
sure. See, during the course anyway, daily I will be there, so that whenever you have any questions while practicing or something, you can ask during that course, like on that particular day or next day. And
uh,
after the course also done, I will be sharing my WhatsApp number. So if
uh,
you stuck, if you not only for your not only related to Selenium or something, if you have any other concerns about or questions about other tools or something, so I
uh,
will be ready to answer them during after the course also. I'll be just sharing my WhatsApp number at the end of the course, not during the course, guys, at the end of the course, so that even after the course you can reach out to me with your questions. But during the course anyway, not required, because every day we will be connecting. You can shoot your questions in the class itself. I can teach you
uh,
everything.
okay, one more question. The time of the session would be the same, or will it change? Because
uh, it will be changed. Anyway, career IT team will reach out to you guys for
Mhm.
time and all these things. Mostly it will be early hours of the day. Like, I'm not sure from which time zone you are, but in case of IST, Indian Standard Time, generally it would be like 6:30 a.m. We are planning to start the session. So daily 1 hour session will be there, 1 hour or 1 hour 10 minutes, something like that, but not beyond 1 hour 10 minutes. So
Mhm.
we are planning to start a session 6:30 a.m. IST.
Yeah, 6:30 a.m. would be fine because I'm currently in the UK, so this is around
UK.
3 o'clock
Okay, okay.
middle of the night. So it's either very early in the night or early in the morning here. That would be convenient.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, that's what we are. 6:30 also. The reason behind taking that slot is, so there are folks from different time zones, not only from UK or US. I see from guys from Malaysia, something are there. So
Yeah,
generally to satisfy her, to uh, kind
different
of
people
yeah,
here.
available for all the things, all the time zones. We just starting from 6:30 a.m. IST, which will help all
Yeah,
you guys.
6:30 will be Indian time will be good. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks.
What is a framework?
Yeah. So framework is basically it's a kind of environment which we are going to design and develop, where there will be some utilities already there. I mean, we are going to design and develop some reusable scripts or utilities which will help us in automating test cases easily. Okay, so if you have automation framework in place, so then you can automate test cases easily. That's where, so before we automate the test cases, generally we develop the test automation framework. Okay, so in some projects or some companies, automation framework readily available, so you just need to go and adopt that framework and then start automating the test cases. But if you are joining a project at the company where the framework is not there, then you have to be responsible for designing and developing a framework, so that once you have a framework, it would be very easy for you to automate the test cases. You can automate the test cases very faster way. So don't worry, as part of our course we are going to teach you how to design and develop a basic automation framework. So that, and also I'm going to share that automation framework which we developed as part of our course, so that you can reuse that what do you mean, like framework for your next automation things also.
Also, Ajay, I just want to know what is the minimum requirement of my laptop to attend the session, what to do the practicals,
Yeah,
right? I need to do the practicals, right? So it would be great if you can give me the or share the details.
correct. So anyway, during the course I'm going to share those details, but for day one you don't need any prerequisites or something. You just come up with a laptop with just connecting to this GoToMeeting, that is enough. So from day one onwards, so wherever, suppose when we are going to start Java classes, that time
Yeah,
I
hi.
will tell you what are all softwares
Sorry
required.
to interrupt you. Hello everyone, this is Lakshmi from Career Ready. Important info from our end. Regular sessions will be starting from Tuesday IST, that is 21st of this month, June, and the timings would be from 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. IST. So I'll be sending all the details through mails. Please do check your mails. Otherwise, you can contact our details. Okay, what I have mentioned in short. Thank you. Please, Ajay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so regarding that prerequisites for our thing, right? First day, I think you don't need anything, softwares or something to be installed in our laptop. So during the
Okay.
course, whenever anything starts, right? Before that, I will share you the details what all software. But basically, on high level, so Java software is required. Java minimum 1.8 version, and you should have a laptop with at least 4 or 8 GB RAM. Okay, and Windows operating system with 8 GB RAM, and uh, I mean hard disk memory is anything 250 GB is also fine. Okay, these are the minimum
Okay.
requirements. And softwares wise, anyway, I will be sharing those details during the course.
In case if I have Mac, then
Mac also can be done, but moreover, I am going to show you the examples using Windows based mission, so that you can easily correlate. Suppose if it is a Mac, then you have to search for, so the corresponding, suppose I am going to, after installing Java, I am going to edit environment variables and set it. So in Windows, I will be showing how to set the environment variables. But similar thing, you have to find it out in Mac how to do that.
right, no problem.
That's, yeah,
I'll do it.
it's not, yeah, but it's not going to be a problem actually. I mean, there is no hard stop,
This is the
like you
problem.
cannot use Mac. Yeah, you can use Mac, but only thing is you have to do some workarounds. Like suppose whatever we are doing in Windows, you have to find it out how to do it in Mac. You will get that in the Google also. If you search something how to set the environment variables in Mac, there will be a lot of answers. That's where I just prefer to use Windows, uh, because moreover I show the examples and the entire course using Windows operating system. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I got one question basically from Lakshmi. What are system requirements we need to learn this course? I mean, about what type laptop and computer. Yeah, that's what I just mentioned. So you should have one Windows based laptop with a minimum 8 GB RAM and a hard disk of 20 to 50 or above. And then Java all are required, but those things I will be sharing the details during the course. Whenever we are going to start Java classes, right? That time I will show you, and I will show you how to install, how to download Java, and how to install or how to download Eclipse and all those things I will be showing during the class itself. That time you can download and configure it in your machine. But for a basic minimum requirement, a Windows based laptop with 8 GB RAM with 250 GB hard disk is enough. And next, let me check any other questions. Yeah, any other questions, guys? I don't see any questions in chat box.
Hi, I have one more question.
Yes, please.
Uh, can we use Selenium with Java uh, to read the data from one dashboard or website and
Mhm.
then move it to another website?
Yeah, can be done. Yes. Only thing is read the data and save it somewhere, and you can write the data back to, suppose you read some data from one application or one website and capture the data into a file. You can save the data into a text file or CSV file or Excel file, and you can write a other script to read the data from that particular sheet, whichever CSV or Excel file you already right. So take the data and use it in the other application. That can be done. Yeah.
Yeah, but today we use the backend APIs to capture the data from the particular web component, right? So
Yep.
with Selenium, we can actually capture the data from the front end HTML code and then you move it to a backend, maybe Excel sheet or something, right? Is that what you're saying?
Correct. That can be done. So whatever we see in the web browser, right, web application, that can be captured. And as you mentioned, it's a backend APIs. So generally there will be APIs or REST APIs will be available to run and the net. So Selenium can also automate get endpoints, but there is some other tool available in the market called REST Azure, which is basically a open source tool, which is for automating the web services or the REST endpoints. So that is moreover, suppose you run some endpoint and get the response and then take the data and use it in your application, that can also be possible, but using the other tool called REST Assured. Okay, but whatever scenario you have given, that can be automated simply by reading the data from the HTML pages and then using the same data in the other application or any different application, providing those data as an input and then process it, right? That can be possible.
So much. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Okay, then I think if there are no other questions for today, it's good to close. I hope you guys got basic details about Selenium. I mean, for just today. Anyway, there are more days to come, right? I mean, once the course started, you'll be learning the things in very detailed manner. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your times. So catch up on Tuesday, I guess. We are going to start our course. So from day one, so we will be starting the concepts. I mean, learning the concepts day by day with whatever course curriculum. And today, by the end of the day, you guys will be getting the video recording session of today's class and also the course contents, whichever I showed you, right? That day-wise course contents. and also some prerequisites required. I will see that can I keep those also in that file. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
thanks,
Then
Ajay. Thanks.
yeah, thank you all guys. Thanks for your times. So catch up on Tuesday again to start our entire course. Okay. See you on
Thank
Tuesday.
you.
Thank you guys. Bye.